What's up, putos? We got Vance ex-listener, season 2, part 1. So this one, we started off with angst, and there's gonna be 5 parts to this. 5 parts to this bitch. But yeah. So first, we're doing angst, and then the next one is gonna be angst, and then there's gonna be fluff. And I might sprinkle something in there that you guys might like. Anyway, we're just gonna get started with the video. So, you and Vance have been dating for like 5 months now. And over those 5 months, Vance has been getting a little distant. He's not really paying attention to you as much as he used to. You guys like don't hang out as often. You try to talk to him, but he just doesn't like pay attention to it at all. And you're just over here in your room crying, being like, am I doing something wrong? Does he not like me anymore? All the insecurities that you can have in a relationship, right? So, yeah. And one day, it's a week before Halloween, and someone is having a Halloween party. And you heard that apparently Vance is going with someone that's not you. And you're like, what the fuck? What do you mean he's going with someone that isn't me? So, you know what? So you said, you know what? I'm gonna go to that party and I'm gonna wear the sexiest motherfucking costume I can find. 'Cause we be petty like that. Duh. So yeah, day of the party rolls around. You strut up in your sexy ass costume, and all eyes are on you. Now, you walk around, go into the kitchen, see that there's fruit punch with a little liquor in it, and you grab a cup and you pour yourself one. And while you're doing that, you glance up to see Vance in the crowd ahead of you, just staring. But your attention slowly went to someone else. A girl that was standing next to him, looking at you, looking back to Vance, and looking at you. So you got pissed off by that. So you turned away and tried to walk away until you bumped into someone pretty familiar. Okay, side note, I just figured out that Bruce is 13 and I don't know how Vance is, but we're gonna say that they're both 17, 18. Bruce is 17 and Vance is 18 and you're 18. Okay, so yeah. You bumped into Bruce. Now, you didn't expect him to be here. He's not really a party type of guy. But when you saw him, you're like, oh, hey Bruce, what's up? And you thought of the most brilliant, mischievous, and petty revenge plan that you could come up with. Oh, hey listener, sorry, I didn't mean to bump into you. You said, oh no, it's perfectly fine. And you immediately started being a little more touchy than usual. You just have your hand on his shoulder or something, or just small little things that Vance would notice. Once you guys have already started your conversation, you both just walk off with your arm linked to his, and you can just feel Vance staring. As the night got later and later, you got a little more tipsier than you usually get at parties, and Bruce did the same. you both were just talking, laughing with each other. He had his arm around your shoulder. It was going great. Your plan was working beautifully, because every time you walked past, or were in the same area as Vance, you could just feel him staring and getting angrier and angrier. It was getting pretty late, and you and Bruce sobered up a bit. Bruce more than you. And he offered to drive you home. And you immediately said yes. As you were walking out, Vance grabbed your arm and said, "Listener, we need to talk." You just looked at him, yanked your arm away, and said, "Can we talk later? I'm kind of busy right now." And Bruce put his arm around your shoulder, and you both walked out to his car. And he drove you home. That night, you got almost 1,000 calls from Vance. And you knew it was him because you picked up twice. And it was Vance. And you just obviously assumed, because Vance obviously is pissed off. And, you deal with it, you go to sleep. And that party was on a school night, so you kind of woke up a little late. So you obviously hurried to get ready for school because you didn't want to be late. So you just put on some sweatpants and, I don't know, just a random t-shirt. And that's when someone called you. You answered the phone, and it was Bruce. You forgot that you gave your number to him last night. "Hey, listener, you need a ride? I remembered that your house was on the way to school, so, And you accepted his offer. So that day, it was pretty cold. And you barely realized that when you walked out your house and you were locking the door to your house. So you hurriedly ran to Bruce's car, you opened the door, and you were really, really cold. "Listener, are you cold? Is it really that cold outside? Do you want to wear my sweater?" "No, it's fine, really. I have a long sleeve under this, and I don't really get that cold." "Yeah, sure, I really don't mind. Here, take it." So you took Bruce's sweater, and he drove you guys to school. Once you were in the parking lot, he parked the car, and you guys both walked into school together. And to be honest, you guys were walking kind of close. Closer than friends should be. The bell rang, and luckily you and Bruce were both in time, so you guys weren't late. But as you were walking to class, literally just as you put your stuff in your locker, well, the stuff that you didn't need, someone pulled you into, a little closet that was in the hallway. And that's it. I'm gonna leave it at that for tonight. Hopefully you guys liked it, because I feel like this series is gonna be fucking chef's kiss. So, yeah, that's it. Los amo, and I will see you guys in part 2.